नमस्कार, गुड मॉर्निंग। आज के मेरे व्याख्यान का विषय है नॉन पार्टिसिपेंट ऑब्जर्वेशन। अभी तक हम ये जान चुके हैं कि व्यापक अर्थ में ऑब्जर्वेशन को स्ट्रक्चर्ड, नॉन स्ट्रक्चर्ड पार्टिसिपेशन में विभाजित कर सकते हैं, क्लासिफाई कर सकते हैं, या उसी को हम कंट्रोल्ड और अनकंट्रोल्ड ऑब्जर्वेशन भी कहते हैं। और जो अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड ऑब्जर्वेशन है या अनकंट्रोल्ड ऑब्जर्वेशन है, उसके तीन स्वरूप देखने को मिलते हैं जिनका यूज बहुत ज़्यादा प्रचलित है: पार्टिसिपेंट ऑब्जर्वेशन, क्वासी पार्टिसिपेंट ऑब्जर्वेशन और नॉन पार्टिसिपेंट ऑब्जर्वेशन। तीनों ही स्वरूपों का प्रचलन बहुत ज़्यादा है समाजशास्त्रीय अध्ययनों में या सामाजिक अनुसंधान के अंतर्गत इनका प्रयोग किया जाता है। और ये निर्भर करता है समस्या की प्रकृति और अनुसंधानकर्ता की जो सीमाएं हैं, समय संबंधी सीमाएं हैं, धन संबंधी सीमाएं हैं, उसके पास कितना समय है, इस सब पर निर्भर करता है कि वो इनमें से किस स्वरूप को स्टडी के लिए अडॉप्ट करता है। सो दिस मॉर्निंग आई एम गोइंग टू डिलीवर a very informative lecture on non-participant observation, and I am hopeful that this lecture is going to be very useful and fruitful and valuable to the students who are associated with research, with anthropological research, with sociological research, or with the research in any social science. By now, we have learned that observation means to look over something using the eyes. When the term observation is applied to social research, it refers to the situation of study when the study maker, when the social scientist goes to the study area and using his eyes, using his other senses like ears, nose, etc., observes the phenomena, observes the social phenomena, and in this way develops an understanding of the problem in consideration. So today I'm going to produce just a brief summary of non-participant observation through this lecture. आज इस व्याख्यान में मैं असहभागी अवलोकन का एक छोटा सा सारांश प्रस्तुत करने जा रहा हूं, क्योंकि डिटेल में हम पहले ही पढ़ चुके हैं। तो जो बातें हमें ध्यान रखनी है या जो एक समाज वैज्ञानिक को, सामाजिक अनुसंधानकर्ता को, शोधार्थी को जो बातें याद रखनी चाहिए, उन चीज़ों को मैं आज नॉन पार्टिसिपेंट ऑब्जर्वेशन नामक अपने व्याख्यान में मैं प्रस्तुत करने जा रहा हूँ। We know that sociologists often use observations as a research method. So for sociologists, for social scientists, for anthropologists, observation is a great research method. It is a reliable scientific research method. Through it, the sociologists attempt to study social phenomena. They attempt to study the various problems that occur in the society, and in this way, they let the people know about those problems. Non-participant observation is one where the researcher chooses not to play any part in what is being observed. So it is just opposite to the participant observation, because in participant observation, the observer has to play an active role in all the things that he observes. But in non participant observation, the observer keeps himself away from the group he is studying, from the activities of the group that he is observing for the study. तो पहली बात जो हमें ध्यान रखनी चाहिए वो ये कि जो नॉन पार्टिसिपेंट ऑब्जर्वेशन है, इसके अंतर्गत ऑब्जर्वर अपने आप को ग्रुप से दूर रखता है और वो जिस चीज को ऑब्जर्व कर रहा है उसमें किसी प्रकार का कोई भी रोल प्ले नहीं करता, दूरी बनाकर रखता है. When the observer observes the group passively from a distance without participating in the group activities, it is known as non-participant observation. So, we can define non-participant observation as a type of observation in which the observer remains passive. He keeps himself away from the group. He does not participate in the activities. He does not get himself involved formally in the group activities. So, just keeping himself away from the group, he observes the phenomena, and in this way, he studies the problem in consideration. He does not even try to influence them or take part in the group activities. So, as I have already shared, I have already commented that in non participant observation, the observer neither takes any part in the group activities nor does he influence the members of the group through his suggestions, through his motivations, through his statements. So he remains passive throughout the process of non participant observation. However, at the practice stage, or as our sense of realization suggests, it is very difficult to make purely non participant observation. No doubt, theoretically speaking, the observer remains away from the group, he keeps himself away from the group, and just by placing himself at a little distance from the group, he observes the situation, observes the problem. It is true. Still, there are chances that the observer for certain things depends on the group. So, it's very difficult to make a purely non participant observation. Then one cannot penetrate into the heart of a matter without proper participation in it. It's a great saying that if we really want to penetrate into something, if we really want to penetrate into the heart of the problem, into the core of the problem, so without proper participation in the activities relating to the problem to be studied, it cannot be possible. So, just by observing the units of information from distance, it is not possible to know everything about them. The researcher can obviously observe only the behavior that he can see outwardly. So he cannot have a peep into what is going on in their mind or in their heart. One really cannot imagine a kind of relationship when the researcher is always present but never participates. So he fails to develop a rapport with the units of information. This situation is hardly conducive for both the observer and the group because, as far as the observer is concerned, he keeps himself away from the group. He does not make any direct involvement in the group or in the activities of the group. And as far as the group is concerned, the members of the group also maintain distance from him when they find that a stranger is in their area near their houses, and that he is paying attention towards them, what they are doing, where they are going, whom they are talking to. So obviously, it also increases the tension and problem of the units of information. So such a situation, it's not comfortable. Such a situation, it's not conducive for the observer and for the group. A combination of both participant and non-participant method is sometimes selected, and this is the very reason why the quasi-participant method, or say the combination of both the participant and non-participant method, is selected by the researchers, by the sociologists, by the social scientists for the study. निश्चित रूप से जो असहभागी अवलोकन है, इसके अंतर्गत अनुसंधानकर्ता अवलोकन तो करता है, लेकिन वह अपने आप को ग्रुप से दूर रखता है। अध्ययन क्षेत्र में रहकर भी वो अध्ययन क्षेत्र में रहने वाले लोगों के संपर्क में डायरेक्ट नहीं आता, दूर से ही वो उनके व्यवहार का अवलोकन करता है। ये जो अवलोकन है वो केवल आंशिक अवलोकन है। उनके मन में क्या चल रहा है, वो क्या कह सकते हैं, क्या कहना चाहते हैं, ये सब समझना, ये सब जानना इस अवलोकन पद्धति के अंतर्गत उसके लिए बड़ा मुश्किल है। तो यही कारण है कि चूंकि सहभागी अवलोकन में पूरे समय अध्ययन क्षेत्र में रहना पड़ता है, असहभागी अवलोकन में दूर रहना पड़ता है, दोनों में ही अपने अपने कुछ दोष हैं। यही कारण है कि अधिकांश समाजशास्त्री या मानवशास्त्री या जितने भी अन्य समाज वैज्ञानिक हैं, अन्य सामाजिक विज्ञानों से जुड़े हुए जो वैज्ञानिक हैं, वे ना तो पार्टिसिपेंट ऑब्जर्वेशन अपनाते हैं और ना नॉन पार्टिसिपेंट ऑब्जर्वेशन अपनाते हैं, बल्कि इन दोनों का मिला जुला रूप, जिसे हम अर्ध सहभागी अवलोकन कहते हैं, जिसमें कि पार्टिसिपेंट ऑब्जर्वेशन के भी तत्व होते हैं और नॉन पार्टिसिपेंट ऑब्जर्वेशन के भी तत्व होते हैं, उसको अपनाते हैं। ये प्रचलन, ये ट्रेंड वर्तमान में चल रहा है, और ऐसा करने से अवलोकनकर्ता कई परेशानियों से बच जाता है, और जिन उद्देश्यों को लेकर वो किसी घटना का अवलोकन करता है, तो ये भी उसके लिए संभव हो जाता है। The observer actively participates in some of the ordinary activities and observes passively from distance in others. Many sociologists, therefore, treat a non-participant observation in a practice as only a quasi-participant observation. It is easier for the observer to perform both the roles than to disguise himself completely. अगर ऑब्जर्वर अपने आप को पूरी तरह डिस्गाइज रखता है, अलग रहता है, तो निश्चित रूप से ऐसा करना उसके लिए नई समस्याएं पैदा कर सकता है। समूह के सदस्य उसकी क्रियाओं पर, उसकी गतिविधियों पर संदेह कर सकते हैं, और अगर ऐसा हो गया तो अवलोकनकर्ता जिस उद्देश्य के साथ अवलोकन करने के लिए निकला है, वो उद्देश्य पूरे नहीं हो पाते। तो यही कारण है कि क्वासी पार्टिसिपेंट ऑब्जर्वेशन अर्थात अर्ध सहभागी अवलोकन का प्रयोग अवलोकनकर्ताओं के द्वारा या समाजशास्त्रियों के द्वारा अधिकांशतः किया जाता है, क्योंकि इसमें दोनों ही अवसर मिल जाते हैं। वह जब आवश्यक हो तो वह ग्रुप के साथ मिल भी सकता है, उनकी क्रियाओं में भागीदारी भी कर सकता है, और यदि आवश्यक ना हो तो वह ग्रुप से दूर रहकर भी वो समूह के सदस्यों की क्रियाओं को देख सकता है। और जरूरी नहीं कि वो हर चीज के बारे में अंदर तक जाए, कुछ चीजें केवल बाहरी व्यवहार के आधार पर भी अवलोकित की जा सकती हैं। इस तरह से, लेकिन हम ये कहें कि नॉन पार्टिसिपेंट ऑब्जर्वेशन अच्छा नहीं है तो इट्स नॉट फेयर ऑन आवर पार्ट. It has its own advantages. It has its own disadvantages, merits, demerits, both go side by side. An advantage of this is that it allows for a more objective view of what is occurring. So it ensures objectivity because the observer has nothing to do with the group members. He does not talk to them, he does not ask them anything, and he observes just on seeing them, keeping himself, placing himself at a distant place. And so there is a danger that observers can go native and take on the values of those they are observing because they share their experiences. So in this way, both are different. In participant observation, the participant observers go native. They develop rapport, they go informal, and it directly or indirectly affects the findings adversely. And as far as the advantage, the greatest advantage of non participant observation is concerned, it allows for a more objective view. So, whatever is observed by the observer in non participant observation is full of objectivity. And as far as the disadvantage or demerit is concerned, uh, the demerit is the Hawthorne effect. That is, people are likely to change their behavior because they are aware that they are being observed. This is called Hawthorne effect. So, when the members of a group find a stranger sitting nearby, standing nearby, observing them, observing their activities, it makes them suspicious of each activities. And quite knowingly, as a result of all this, they change their activities. They change their natural behavior. And when the natural behavior is not observed, obviously the findings are affected adversely. So, but it does not mean that it cannot be overcome. It can be overcome with a covert observation, such as using CCTV, although that raises a number of ethical concerns. CCTV is not always available. Still, it suggested that if such a thing is there, if a non-participant observation is there, then CCTV can also be used for the purpose. Thank you.